Hey, Soloists, Agent Solo Matt Rice here. Starting a new series here of running through crowdfunding games or game sales from Gamecrafter, Gamefound, Kickstarter, Backerkit. And the games that comes across my table that I see and go, oh, this is something that I'll be interested in, or maybe someone else might be interested in. And I thought I might go through because there's not really enough solo slant on these. I've seen plenty of other people like Board Game Co. and Shelf Clutter do the just general here's crowdfunding, but I'm just going to pick out some of the solo ones that people might be interested in. I'm just going to start this week. Try and make it a weekly thing. But this one might be a bit bigger because there's some that I haven't shown, obviously, because it's my first one. Obviously, this is going to be a bit more high level. I don't have any contact much with most of these games, unless there's a previous expansion, previous core set, things like that. But anywho, let's get into it, guys. Let's go through some of these games that have come up. I'm going to start with Kickstarter here, and the first one that comes up for me is Upshot. Upshot, a disc golf game. This is done by Nathan McKean, and it looks like it's a dexterity type game here. First time created, $25 to get into a base set of this one here, and doesn't give away too much. Pretty text heavy on the page, but shows a little bit here. Shows you what you get, like a few little things. How to play is a bit more text based, so it's it could show a bit more how the game actually works. But to me, it looks like it's a flicking type game. They get into it's a bit more of a dexterity type game. But that one's up there, so that's on Kickstarter. Upshot, disc golf game. Some of the stretch goals still to come. Right, the next one I've got is Doomscroll. This one sounds interesting. I had a quick look at it before. It's 1 to 4 players, but apparently there is a solo mode in it. I think it describes a bit more down below, but it's like a steampunk version of social media. And it's interesting here. It's like card based, and you give things likes, etc. So there's a playthrough here that you can look at. Otherwise, it goes through nice little pictures here how this works. So draw your postcards, turn action, post an ad or a postcard. Okay, so you post it. What do you do? Promote it. Play AI card from hand. Okay. Discard a card or like token. So it goes through the little steps. What happens? It's on Tabletopia as well, which is really handy. The digital version before you purchase. Base game's $30 US. Doesn't say much about solo, does it? Okay, the stretch goals. Doesn't look like it. So I'm not sure how solo really works. It seems a bit more of a competitive type game. I assume there must be just a solo play against me for points. Learn to Play's got a video as well. Okay, next one. This one I've heard a lot about. Philharmonix, Space Orchestra Management Board Game. And this one, I think it comes with, was it a free expansion, free Patreon pack for each backer? And it's from Arcona Games. They've created 11 games. I've never heard of them, but created 11. So actually just curious, what have they created? Doesn't say here. Here we go. They've created Pest. Oh, yes, that's what I've heard of them. Pest before. A few others down here. Anyway, back to the game. So this one here is like a management. It's like a Euro type game. So worker placement, action selection, Euro game, as it says, orchestra management, which is a new theme. So good on them to find a new theme for this. So it's like a sci-fi based orchestra that you have to create. Roto's previewed it. Crunchy mid-Euro things. And why back now? There's some exclusive stuff on it. You always got to watch out for those like hours and things like the first 48 hours sort of things. Tells you what you get. It looks like standees and tokens and cards. There's a solo mode card, so there is a solo mode. So it's reminds you kind of like Gaia Project type Ultima cards here. It tells you how it fits in the box, what you get in the box. But this is a really good campaign here, actually. It shows a lot of what's going on. Conductor's box, Galactic Festival. I think it does talk about the solo mode a bit more down below, if I recall. The gameplay. Okay, so you can have a look at this unique action system. Don't know what's really going on here. Putting the people out there to do certain things like train, compose, recruit, and action cost. Yeah, seems interesting to me anyway. And here we go, solo mode. Engage in ultimate galactic duel, a musical battle between you and an AI maestro. So it sounds like it's not campaign based. It's more like one-offs to go against AI. But I think AI reacts to how you're going. Again, these cards move here. So how to play shooting fish by program itself when to play the correct action so to maximize the output. So okay, so you trust it. They're saying the right words for me. It's also on Tabletopia. Interesting. Some people have previewed it. Okay, and so the prices for this one. So I'm in Australia, obviously, but it comes with Australian stuff. So retailer pledge, standard edition, $79 US. Okay. Deluxe is $99 US. So yeah, there you go. That's Philharmonix. Next one on Kickstarter I've got here is a print and play Arctic Roll. And this one is by Rolling Rhino Games. They've made a few other print and play games. I think it's 1 to 4 players. I think there's a certain map you can play solo. Yeah, I see solo map. So there's like one map that you can play solo. So whether there's certain components you can't use solo, I'm not sure. Cross dual map, Arctic Expanse map. This one here, it's $5 for the solo map. Okay, so you buy the map separate. Gotcha. So you can just get the solo map for, sorry, €5. So it talks about how you draft dice, like a dice game, dice hunting sort of game, fishing game. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Shows you how it works there, different pledge levels. Okay, and you can even buy some of their previous stuff. Yeah, I have heard of these guys before. I've heard of this one, Kaikoro. Yeah, cool. All right, so that's Arctic Roll. Next one I've got is Zombie Horde. And this one is done by Dark Gate Games. Big minis type game, like a dungeon crawl, but there's also like a little bit of like a city phase here. It promises you that's not just another Zombie Horde game. So it's 1 to 5 players, but when I'm looking through, it doesn't quite say how solo mode really works. I'm assuming it's like a co-op type game. That's not really clear either. It would be great if they sort of said that somewhere. But it says it's like a colony phase of base building, yeah, upgrade, manage things. That's kind of cool. Some of those things sound interesting. To me, an exploration phase, a boss phase, dungeon crawling phase, tower defense phase. So it's trying to cover trying to cover a lot of those keywords, isn't it? See how it delivers. Yeah, so it's saying, yeah, getting those things there. There's pledge levels, $120 there. Pretty sure it's US. Yeah, early bird for 48 hours. Here we go. There's an early bird for this one if you're interested. This one was expansion, couple expansions here. Shows off the minis, the typical like Simon style. Here's all the minis that you get. Stretch goals, heaps of like stuff like that. Learn to Play's got a version of this as well. The Middle University guys, they always somehow get the stuff out in Australia. I don't know how. I don't get anything. Yeah, okay. So there's a bit more explanation down here with the shipping stuff. Okay, that's not too bad. For me, in terms of how the campaign's presented, at first it doesn't come across as well for me. But still not sure about how solo works here. It doesn't say in the update either. So keep them on eye out on that one. Next one I've got Kickstarter is Biome. This looks like a bit of like a card tableau type builder type game. Lioness Games has got this one. Talks about strategic card placements, engine building, yeah, tableau builder. Nice little artwork on it. For the animals type things. Looks like there's like a racer on the board here for points for things. Talks about winning components. I think this one too, I'm not sure about how solo works. It sounds competitive. How to play. Play through 4 seasons. Standard babies are born in the spring. Additionally, in advance mode each fall, an animal migrates to the opponent's biome. So I imagine there must be an AI player in the solo mode. But it's not clear. Keep scrolling down. I'm doing this for the solo people out there. Doesn't really say, does it? And that's one of my little gripes with a lot of crowdfunded games. It says 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 or whatever. And then it just generally focuses on the 2 to 4 player game. And there's no mention of solo till later, or maybe a solo stretch goal or something like that. Here we go. Excellent. There is a solo mode here. It would be excellent if they talk more about it above. So check that out, guys. There's a video on there, page there by the actual publishers themselves, the designers themselves. Okay, and the cost of this one, sorry, I went past that. Base game's $49 US, deluxe game $69. Okay, you can get multiple versions as well. Next one I've got here is Quartetnary. Came up to me as 2 to 4, but I had a look on Board Game Geek and people were saying it's 1 player. There's a solo version here somewhere. It talks about where to mention it. The only thing it mentions about solo, so it says 2 to 5 there again. So I'm a bit wary of this. Can also be enjoyed solo thanks to its domino mode, but there's no mention about what domino mode's about. It says dominoes here, but something to do with, not clear how this game really works either. Something to do with like timeline and playing cards out. I don't know. Perhaps like an engine builder type thing. Talks about this is your name and it's different pledge levels. Where do we ship to? Like I have no idea what this game's about. So it'll be good if they probably explain a bit more about this game. Want to know more? So there's yeah, you can a bit more small time. I guess they first created. It'd be great if they could say a bit more about the game, how it works. And the last one I've got on, if we go to their campaign, might help too. On Kickstarter is Forgeflame. So Forgeflame here, Lord Raccoon Games. I've got 3 created. Actually, I wouldn't mind knowing what have they created. They have, Taverns Dragons. I have seen that before. I haven't seen Last Battle of the Forgeflame, so that's the 3rd game for them. What have we got here? It says 1 to 4, I think, if I keep scrolling around here. That's from France. Has that like nice art, poppy, cartoony style stuff. Yeah, 1 to 4. 25 minutes per player. There's a deck building, pickup, and forge game. Lead a team of asymmetric adventurers through deep mines. Okay, parts of the game, gem carrying miniatures. So the miniatures carry stuff, that's pretty cool. If we get strategic, that's always handy. What do you get? So €49. See the base builds of things. What about solo stuff? 15 solo cards comes in the base. That's good news. Free for backers, so free expansion. Is that maybe that's it? Explore Forgeflame. Gather ore, so you go mine stuff. Create some artifacts. What are we actually doing there? Are we attacking things? Strategic, combine your adventurous abilities to craft powerful synergies, combos, push foes to help to others from sides. So it's like competitive, I guess, in a way. A bit confused how that works. I wonder if there's a solo, there's a add-on. There's a solo playthrough down here somewhere. Watch it played. Boss of the Meeple. Quackalope's got something going on here. It's always got some fancy lighting. I just got background. Yeah, I don't know. First percent, a lot of French. So obviously made in France. French backers. Not much, not much yet on solo mode for that one, unfortunately. But keep an eye on that one. So that's all the Kickstarter ones, guys. Okay, so I'm on to the Gamefound games now. The first one that's come up for me is the Button Shy games. So a reprint of some of their games. I think there might be some new stuff with this. There's a few games on here. Only 2 of them, I think, have solo abilities. And that's the Numbsters and the Skulls of Sedlak. If I go down here, Numbsters, yeah, 1 player Numbsters. It's sort of a bit like like hungry number cards. You play in your hand or on a table. Each of the hungry numbers features a number and special abilities. Staying with a stack of 6 or random numbers will need to eat, move, and manipulate your way to victory. There's a playthrough here by, I don't know, this person, second star to the left. Give them a go. We'll give that a watch. That'll be pretty good. Skulls of Sedlak, I think it's got a solo expansion. I haven't played it myself. Shut up and sit down and have a review of that, but it doesn't say much about the solo at all. And then it goes into the Seasons of Rice, which is not solo. Let's say it here somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they're new ones that come up. There's not much on this campaign page, but just more of an awareness. Not too dear sort of games as well. See there. Okay, next one I've got is looks like a big campaign. Looks like it's doing quite well already. Dante Inferno. 1 to 4 players. So it's a campaign type game. But I think it's more like a boss battler, what I've seen. If you're in the first 48 hours, which I am at the moment, you get Dante the Pearl for free. I'm not sure. One of the ones that brought you Chronicles of Drunagar, so that's done really well as well in the past. Rolling Solo has a pretty good list. Meet Me at the Table. So band's done a bit of that too. Alex has had a look at it. So they've sent to a lot of people. Once up co-op shops, so sent to a lot of co-op solo type people. I imagine solo, whether you have to play with more than one character, it might be that kind of game. And it just says solo co-op adventure. So maybe you can play one co-op. That's one player. It's not the one character. Sorry, it doesn't really make it clear here. But yeah, there's a narrative campaign. If you're into those campaign games, something to check out. Minis, boss battle, no downtime it promises. That's the big promise. And it goes through a lot of like pledges, and geez, it's kind of dear. It's probably the minis, I guess, too. I'm not sure what's in this Eternal pledge. It makes it so great. But yeah, if you want everything, that's 400 US almost. Yeah, dear. And the stretch pay available. That's the good thing about Gamefound. You scroll down. I'll go through for those that like to see components, but I think if I remember this, it goes through all like components at first before we even know what the hell's going on with the game. And I kind of wish it was the other way with all of these campaigns that they tell you what the game's about and also how it plays, then tell me all the components. This screams to me that, hey, look at all our minis before the gameplay. But, you know, it's pretty cool looking art. It's like there's like special abilities. Like, it kind of reminds me of like a mini, like, it's like boss battle or skirmish type game. But, yeah, that's interesting. It goes through the Circus Inferno, so I guess it's what the 10 stages of hell? 9 stages of hell. Plus Gluttony, Avarice, Wrath. Yeah, right. Done that. Let's go to game. I was going to skip down here to gameplay. It's a lot of stuff, but the gameplay here, for those that want to know, into two main parts of the Chronicles phase and confrontation phase. Storybook. So it reminds me of like what RSS Vanguard a bit. Where there's like those two phases split. Face an enemy, yep. What are we doing here? Let's watch this. So he's moving around different areas. Okay, the Chronicles phase employs and Philharmonix was where we envisioned the divine comedy recreated. Okay. Decisions that matter. It just doesn't really tell me exactly how it works, but interesting. Don't tell me no downtime. Whoa, there's like 3D elements. No wonder it's there. Okay. We're changing battlegrounds. Yeah. Solo companion that play. Here we go. The companion gameplay faithfully replicates the experience attack position of playing the group of 4 while minimum necessary. Okay, yep. So you still have to play the full 4 experience. Yeah, that answers my question. And that can go either way. Depends how comfortable you are with that. I can do that with some games. Some games I'm like, oh, it's just too much brain burn to control those characters. And that's all I've got on it. So it's just a small section here if you want to read a bit more on that. Otherwise, there are people doing playthroughs, which is always handy to see the game. Tabletop simulators available. Looks like down here. Okay, cool. So that's Dante. Next one, very similar themes, but Inferno. That's wonderful, but it's more like a Euro style game. And I know One Stop Co-op Shop has, I think Jason from there has a playthrough of this game. But similar sort of theme. Except in this case, instead of being a boss battler, you're like a family, I think, that's trying to help get souls into the areas of hell that they belong. Exclusive content, yeah. It looks like Hungry Gaming back there had a playthrough. This is what you can get, yes. How to play. Go there. There we go. So you got Florence here. So I think they said this is modular. So these things sort of come in and out. This is where the souls go from here down here. They're coming down hell, but they also just land on certain badges that represent different actions you can take up here. That's kind of like worker placement Euro style. Yeah. Tactics with it. Solo mode. I'm not sure how it runs properly. There we go. Speaking of which. Inferno offers a solo mode adaptation of the regular game for one player along with 3 challenges. Right, everything set up, 2 and 3 markers, blah, blah. So it's like just getting high score. High score a bit lower than the final 2. Each challenge is unique and focused. Okay, so there's a few different challenges, but it's the okay, listen, thinking about Tabletopia has a version, Tabletop Simulator. Okay. Kind of cool. So that's Inferno. I'm just trying. Was it Red Mojo Games? Next one, Black Rose Wars. So I'm not sure if this is a reprint or something more. I've checked out Black Rose Wars, Black Rose Wars in the past, and it seems solo was not friendly for me. Perhaps it's getting better. I don't know. It just didn't come across like it was a solo game. It was like competitive in this lodge in this building, but looked interesting. The different type of asymmetric type of backgrounds and things that they have. Yes, resource management, rebirth. That's what it looks like. That's a pretty cool picture. There's a bunch of cards here that each character controls. Heaps of like add-ons and stuff for this game as well. The gameplay. Let's go to gameplay. So you choose your mage. Build your grim by adding new spells from more schools and libraries. So yeah, from the school, I think you match two schools together, or is it all schools? I can't remember. But you sort of mix and match. There's a bit of tactics in that, which is interesting. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I'm not sure how solo was really going to work. I think solo only worked with certain like boss AI monsters that they had. Yeah, and there's definitely be some playthroughs out there. It's been around for a while, this game. Yeah, so that's like Rose Wars, Rebirth. Looks like there's a 400 euro pledge that's popular. If I go to the pledges, I think I might have skipped over them. Pledges, rewards. 400. Oh, it's just the whole set. So 400 euro. Is that it? Okay. Right, but that's there. Aeon's End. One of my favorite card games of all time is back again with the Descent. Rado's got a bit of a playthrough here. And it comes with like a David Turkey new module for friends and foes. So Rado does a playthrough where it's solo mode, solo mage with a friend. And that intrigues me because this game is kind of rough playing with 4 characters. You don't have to. You can play 2 characters by 4. That's some of the like the again mages or what they're called again. I can't remember what they're called. Characters, and there's some of them that suit higher character numbers, but that's okay. There's still some that suit 2 players and stuff like that. But yeah, in this campaign too, there's the module I was talking about. In this campaign, there's some things that not available on retail. As I was waiting to see. Usually this stuff has come to retail, especially in Australia. It's come out to retail. I'm keen on this as well. I'm thinking I might go for this one because it brings out the expedition mode for the previous Aeon's End core set and War Eternal. I like the expedition mode, so you unlock cards as you go, like a small campaign. Pretty cool. Plenty of new nemesis, the friends and foe maps, heaps of cards. There's always a ton of cards. There's about like 8 waves of different content for this game, so I've already got about 4 or 5, I think 4 waves of it. I may get the Descent. I'm not sure yet. I'll definitely try and maybe get the Descent, maybe add on the previous expedition stuff. But $69 is not too bad for just the gameplay new stuff here. All the new stuff, which includes the expedition modes for previous stuff and some accessories and playmats, 124. You can even add previous waves. So if you missed a wave, if you missed like the War Eternal or you missed other ones, you can add it on. And it's a pledge level here. There's also even separate add-ons, and this tells you what each wave is. It's a good deck builder game. I recommend it. It's in my top 20, which I still got to do that video, don't I? Top 20. Heaps of add-ons you can get. You can really rack up a lot of money on this game. But my recommendation is, maybe get a core set and a couple of expansions. I recommend maybe starting out, maybe probably the Descent, or want to do New Age. New Age was the first one that had expedition mode, which is the basic core set I tried out. Yeah, Aeon's End Descent by Indie Boards and Cards. Next one, Steam Power by Wallace Designs. He comes out with so many games. This one here, the solo mode's not well talked about, which makes me think it's not one of its main focuses. But it's a train game. You build. It looks beautiful, to be honest. It's like wooden components, luxurious components. It says yes. It's like building like train track network, building resource production. That kind of game. Build factories, take money, take contracts. So sounds intriguing. I thought that sounds very competitive mode. Like, how's the solo going? I clicked down the solo mode, and it just had this sentence. I was like, oh god. So there is a solo mode apparently, but it's still in testing mode, so it makes it hard for someone like me, for example, that just wants to play solo. I think it might be someone I'll skip, but it's there. There's one check out. Next couple coming up are just solo only on Gamefound. I've got Conserva. Not sure, Conservas, I guess, by Salt and Pepper. Scott Arms is the designer of this one. He's made plenty of other games like the Tiny Epic stuff, Warp's Edge, a few other games. Yeah, so he gets out there. So this one's like a fishing hunting type game, I think. So it's card play, different scenarios, which sounds interesting to me. I'll contemplate this game. It's only €23, so not too bad. I'm just curious, like how much replayability you might get out of this. But it's a nice campaign. He talks a lot how it works. There's a land phase as well. That's pretty cool. Upgrades. So if you're into like sort of fishing, hunting sort of theme, looks pretty cool. Beyond Solitaire's got a playthrough. That's pretty cool. Wiz from there. Also, Curl Shop's got a review. Cool. That's Conservas. The next one is Dieson Crusoe. Solo only again. This is by Gabe Barrett. This game here, it's I think like this. I've seen like a review of this thing. It looks like a little VHS tape that you can open up, and it has like the cloth mats and some cards in there to play the game. It looks kind of cool. It's definitely a good game. Perfect. That was a nice quote to have that. Tells you what you get. Bit of gameplay. It's like, oh, so it's got a rondelle. Okay, I don't mind games with rondelles actually. So what, you played a 2, that means he moves 2. Assume that's what's happening there. Explore the island, get resources, yep. Watch out for danger, yep. You might get hit, complete the quest, so you've got quest cards to complete. So once our contract says it's a dice puzzle, this is like catnip for me in terms of what I like to see in tactical solo games. Yep, cool. And unboxing by Rolling Solo, the gameplay volume as well. Fantastic. And the last game I got here for Gamefound is Draconicus, the fantasy board game. It says 1 to 5 by Yellow Hand, $50 US to buy. Unfortunately, with this one to me, this is obviously my personal opinions are coming out here. Not much is said on this campaign page about this game. Talks about add-ons, stuff like that, but I want to know how the game really works. I mean, there's a video here you can watch how the game works. Talks about a little bit here. Rules of adventurers, build their funds. I don't know what's really going on there. Player foot pawn, yeah, quest location, okay. So you got like a map. Player actions on the action board. Quest. That seems interesting, but and there's a rule. I mean, you can download the rules, I guess, so that helps. I wouldn't mind more detail like how it plays. And go straight to shipping. So it's just a very, very paper thin campaign page. But that's the Gamefound games, guys. Ready, guys, over to Backerkit. I don't see anything solo, much solo-wise. That's tabletop. I mean, tabletop I consider like the board games. I'm more talking about the board game sort of side of things, and I don't see anything. This is 2 to 4 realm runners, so unfortunately nothing on Backerkit. And the crowd sales on Gamecrafter, these 3 here are all non-soloable. So that might do us there, guys. Thanks for watching. For those that watch it all the way through, to see any solo games that they might be interested in. My pick of the week, well, in a way, it's pick of the last couple of weeks, but my pick of the week would be probably Aeon's and Descent, and probably Philharmonix. My 2 picks. Philharmonix being a new one. Aeon's End, I'll probably be pledging in for something. Philharmonix, I'll have to think about a bit more, watch a bit more. Also, Conservas looks kind of interesting for solo as well. All right, Soloists. Crush your gaming first. Play solo.